Broadcast Hippo Digital Media.
Come on!
Broadcast Hippo Digital Media.
And now,
our feature presentation.
This is Ed McMahon. And now, here's Andrew.
Andrew Z. I love that Andrew Z. I said Andrew Z. In the morning, it's time to wake up. Andrew Z. In the morning, yeah. Come on.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. It is Tuesday, the last day of May, the 31st, 2022, in the year of our Lord. We have a packed show for you. Tons of people on. Chris Tiefel bobbing his head back to and fro. I'm Andrew Z. That's it right now.
That is the definition of tons.
Andrew Z. In the morning.
Woo! Hey,
I'm a little insulted, Andrew.
you're not on mic right now, bro. You're on definitely on computer.
Well, whatever. I'm still a little insulted by you.
Why?
You made a big deal about me not being here last week and how I was integral to the show.
You are.
And then now you're begging on the group chat for other people to join because you can't just leave it to Tiefel.
Well, not that you're not super interesting. It's better with more than two people. We have a little more fun. We bounce stuff back and forth a little more. That's all. It's all. It was nothing. It was nothing personal.
It was a lot personal. It hurt.
No, I swear it wasn't. Dude, fix your microphone, please. You sound like you're in a
fix
cave.
You fix your microphone, please.
I sound perfect.
You don't.
As per usual. Yeah, fine. I hear it. Do it again. Let me hear. Oh, you're fixing. Okay.
I'm working on it here. Hang on.
All right. He's off last week, and this is what happens. And now everyone else is off this week. Actually, I'm headed out of town Wednesday, going to California for a week. Haven't taken a vacation in years, actually. So, and I was born and raised out in California.
Literally taking a vacation.
What?
You and Colleen, you guys have gone places and taken vacations, taken time off.
Yeah, we've taken time off.
Been on a vacation in years.
We haven't taken time off, but not a full week, like on a plane. We haven't done that since Josie was first born. So it's been at least 3 years. So it's been a while. So we're going to California. Again, I grew up there. Tiefel actually grew up there, which is funny. But Colleen's never been. Her kids have never been. So we're going to do Southern California.
Wait,
and then
why is that funny?
The what? What part? I forgot.
That I grew up in California.
Just the only two people on here today are both from California. That's, geez, don't pick everything, bro. It's gonna be a long show. Don't pick everything. So anyway, her kids have never been. We're gonna do Southern California. Then we're gonna do Northern California. So we're gonna do all that in 8 days. Do 3 or 4 in Southern. Do 3 or 4 in drive to Northern. Do 3 or 4 in Northern California, and then come back. So we're excited about that. That happens on Wednesday. Tiefel, where were you last week? Can you not hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I just asked you a question. Where were you last week?
Where was I last week? I was in Montana
for work. Had you ever been to Montana?
No, it was my first time in Montana. I discovered some interesting things, such as everything shuts down at 8 p.m. On that. It was an interesting time. They had some good breweries. I found out in Helena, Montana, every gas station also has a casino.
Really?
Yeah, freaking weird.
It's funny. I've never been to Montana, but you telling me that everything shuts down at 8 doesn't seem to surprise me. Like I would expect that in Montana for some reason.
Yeah, and they also love their wine. Montana is apparently very restrictive on their liquor sales, whereas you and I could go down to the gas station and get a bottle of vodka. They could not. but they can get a wide variety of wine at any number of gas stations, along with a wide variety of beer.
That's one thing that's weird. That's weird to me in general is liquor laws, how they vary so much from state to state. Like in Ohio, you have to buy, if you're your business, you have to buy it from a state liquor laws, and they're so arbitrary. Like there's no reason for 90% of why you do whatever you have to do. It's just they're just odd. Like some counties you can't buy stuff on Sundays. We're not old timey anymore. We should be able to buy liquor. You can't buy it before like 10 a.m. or it's just goofy shit. And every state has their own goofy liquor laws, and they're really for no absolute reason at all.
Well, make sure you don't get drunk and stupid.
Well, but there's already a law. You can't be drunk and stupid. They don't. It's not their job. They don't regulate that you can't eat sweets. They don't care if you're about your body. They don't regulate a lot of things.
Yeah, but me eating sweets isn't going to affect you. Me getting drunk and then getting behind the wheel of a car will affect you. Me getting drunk and then fighting you because you said something I don't like is going to affect you.
That doesn't make sense, though. There are already laws. If you get drunk and you do something, then it's public intoxication. That doesn't mean you have to regulate. There has to be some self-regulation.
But have you ever thought that public intoxication laws don't make any sense, considering the fact that you can buy liquor literally anywhere? There are bars where the entire point is for you to get liquor and get feeling good and eventually get drunk. Well, and then if you step outside the bar or you get thrown outside the bar because they gave you too much alcohol, you then get popped for public drunkenness.
It's funny. You argued with me at the beginning about how arbitrary liquor laws are, and then you just went on a diatribe about how arbitrary liquor laws are.
I didn't say anything about it. You're the one that went on arbitrary. All I did was point out that they have weirder laws than us, but they obviously seem to work.
They don't work. Who says they work? We drink more now than we ever have. Who's told you they worked?
We're not in Montana.
I'm just in general. I wasn't talking about Montana. I said every state has quirky liquor laws that make no sense. That's what I said. Public intoxication is a thing everywhere, not just in Montana.
And if public intoxication was really a concern, then we wouldn't have Dora.
Good morning, Brenda Lag. Good morning, Natasha. Good morning, Josh. That's why you need a third. I know it. I'm just going to sit here and get nitpicked and argue with Tiefel for an hour. You're exactly right. Donnie P, where are you? Please. He can't. He says, Donnie P says, I'm at my new house and I brought my computer, but I can't find my earbuds I brought. So he's trying to he said, Stretch, I'll be there in a couple minutes. So Donnie is looking for his earbuds and hopefully we'll be on the way. And speaking of arguing, I did a lot of arguing this weekend.
I caused who you're married to.
Are you did you just give up on fixing your microphone? Is that what happened?
As far as I know, my microphone is fine.
I'm telling you, it's not fine.
Okay, well, you can tell me a lot of things. Obviously, people are hearing me just fine.
It sound like no one cannot hear you. You sound like you're in a cave.
If people can't hear me, then how did we just have the comment about us bickering back and forth? Oh, people can hear me.
I just told you people can hear you. You sound like you're in a cave. So,
no, you said people can hear you is actually what you said. We can play back the audio if you'd like.
Man, Tiefel, did you wake up and choose violence today? Chris is trying to get beat up by Colleen. All right, so I hear right there, like you keep clicking something, then it's kind of working, and then when you talk, it still sounds like you're in a cave. All right. So this weekend, it's kind of interesting for me. I had this guy come up to me, younger guy. You know, we were at Waterville Brewery, the Buffalo Rock Brewery, which is a great place to, if you're looking to get. Speaking of liquor, if you're looking to get a little beer, a nice home brewed beer. I mean, it's business brewed. I don't know if you call it home brew, but they brew their own beer. Obviously, it's a brewery. So, but it's a nice drive. You go out to Waterville. They pull up the doors, which are those garage doors, and it's open, and a beautiful weekend and music. They got live music there, and it's just a cool vibe at Buffalo Rock Brewing Company. So we're out there, and band is out there. kid comes up to me. They give you those flights. You can buy these flights of beers, and 5 or 6 or whatever. So, guy comes up to me and orders a couple things that aren't even on the menu. Didn't even look at the menu. He was a little intoxicated from having a little flight. And I said, dude, why don't you just look at the menu? I don't understand why you keep guessing what we have and whatever. So finally he's like, yeah, all right, give me some of your queso fries there. Then, if he finally looks at the menu, and we had a good laugh and whatever. So I posted about that interaction on social media because it was funny, and social media does what social media does. And they take it out to where, he probably couldn't read. 50% of the country can't read. 60% of the country. I'm like, no, he could read. I'm not an asshole. I know he could read. We had a full-blown conversation. He can read. I didn't post the whole transcript. I posted a little piece I thought was funny. He came up. It happens every day. People order things that you can't get on the menu. They're not there. People just come up and just start ordering without even looking at the menu. And it's just funny. Like, I would never go to a restaurant, be like, I'll have an omelet. We don't have omelets. Okay, well, just look at it. Like, they list everything they have on the menu. I would never just go in and just start ordering shit, unless it's a house of pancakes and I order pancakes. Well, yeah, that's going to be a given. I'll order pancakes. But anyway, so everyone's getting all outraged on Facebook that maybe he couldn't read or blah 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 or whatever. And I said, or maybe aliens had abducted him at one point and he had to read to the whole colony, so now he doesn't like to read anymore. I mean, that's a possibility as well. I mean, it's just
what was hilarious, in addition to you getting absolutely eviscerated in the comments for every mistake you have ever made in your entire life,
happens every time,
was the fact that, okay, so you whether you should have posted that or not, I don't know. I'm not a business owner. I don't pretend to know. But you didn't name the person. You didn't describe the person. You didn't even really specify whether they were a man or a woman or identified as either or anything like that. It was just a generic customer thing. And then, well, not even really a customer because they didn't buy anything. Then, at least during your little interaction thing. Right. And then the guy comes up in the comments and outs himself as the guy. Hold on. Now everyone's being pretend outraged over the possibility that this guy can't read, that this guy can't do it, and then he comes up on Facebook and types up a very nice, grammatically correct sentence, saying, "Hey, I'm this guy that he's talking about," and everything, and then people are like, they abandon their whole maybe he can't read argument. And just start commenting like, "I'm so sorry you had to deal with this. I'm so sorry you've been outed online." He's the one that outed himself.
Dude, I can't. So I was dealing with this all weekend, and it's funny because even yesterday, someone comes up and he like pops his head in the window, like he's a little drinking a little bit. We were at inside the 5 in Sylvania. He pops his head in the window, like he just comes around the corner. "Hey, what you making? What's good?" I'm like, "What?"
Everything.
Yeah, everything's good. But okay, so the thing is,
so you can't have that answer right there. See right there. If I go to a restaurant or if I go to a food place, any food place, and I ask the person working there that's serving me the food, "Hey, what's good here? Hey, what do you recommend?" Coming back at me with "everything's good" is not the correct answer. You come at me with something you like, something that you've enjoyed on the menu that you like, that you recommend.
That's actually a great point, Tiefel. But the difference is, if you're the owner of the business, like I like if I didn't
recommend the high dollar items.
Well, but if I didn't like it or I didn't think it was delicious, I wouldn't put it on the menu. So asking me, it's like asking, what child do you love the most?
But you recommend the high dollar item. You'd be like, I would go with the nachos. They have a very nice profit margin.
That's a good answer. So anyway, so I'm going back and forth with about this thing, and here's the problem. And it's a very small level. Please don't say I'm comparing myself to Tom Cruise or Amber Heard or anybody. But it's a weird problem that when you're a celebrity, and I don't personality. I'm not even gonna use celebrity. That's crazy. A personality. Just look. Even when Donnie, when we had the number one show and it was a 20 share show, it was huge. Blah blah blah, whatever. 20 share, but that means 80% of the people weren't listening to our show. So even though we had 20%, which was a huge audience, and the other 80% were split up over all the radio stations, there's still 80% of the people that either for some reason didn't like you or didn't listen or whatever. So they're just haters. There are people that are just going to hate you. And right now, I think still, I would say, and being humble, because it's a good side of the sword and a bad side of the sword. I'm one of the very few personalities out there in Toledo that people know. If you go to someone, ask 10 people, I'll be in the top 5 or top 10 probably. I don't know. What other celebrities are there? What personalities are there in Toledo? You got Jerry Anderson. You got who? I don't know. You name them. If you name me, they're probably gonna know me. So so 20,000 people see this post because you can see the reach or whatever. Even if 1% don't like you, there's 200 people that are gonna post bad shit. And I try not to, E-Bunny's a good one, but I try not to let 1% regulate, but it just got overwhelming over the weekend because the 1% is the only ones that comment. They're the only ones that say anything. It's always the ones that are most offended that say shit. So it looks like everybody doesn't, agree with you. It's just social media is so weird. And there's just really at some point, there's just no way to fight it because you're fighting with even 200 people because the other ones that agree with it or just put a laugh emoji. They're not that vested. They don't care. For some reason, this 1% of people get so offended and they get so passionate about it that they want to argue with you. So now it's you against 200. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. I'm
not going to comment anything positive. I don't want to get in the middle of that. I thought about commenting guys, this is ridiculous. And then I thought that would not end well.
You bring up a great point, Tiefel. The people that won't comment positive because they want to go on about their day, they just don't care and they don't want to get involved. And it makes sense. I get it. Why would you want to? Mm-hmm. So anyway, I just then after all this, then like Tiefel says, this one guy that thinks it's him posts on. There's an old guy. He goes, "I'm so embarrassed. I feel so bad. I couldn't read the menu." Sweet old guy. I felt so bad because I remember this old guy, and it wasn't him. But
why is your menu on the ground? By the way, why is it not on the side of the truck?
No, it's on eye level down. It just I don't know. It's just right in front.
The way the old guy described it, you have it on a sandwich board on the ground level.
No. It's connect. It is a little low, but the top of it is at your neck, and then it does go down. But it's right in front of you. It's on the counter. So the counter's here. It's connected to the counter and then goes down. Because you don't want to be in front of your face. It's right.
I did get some new fat jokes about you out of the comments, so that was fun.
Did you? I don't read them all. Honestly, I post and then I go on about my day, but sometimes it just gets crazy and it, this one got crazy. Yeah. I felt bad for the old guy. It wasn't him. I ended up messaging him. But then it's people are thinking I'm just sitting here making fun of some old dude because he couldn't read the menu. God, old guy. The fuck? You can't read the menu? You stupid fuck. It's all just so weird this weekend. I just couldn't. But the crazy thing is, in person, we had our best weekend ever. So people were coming up, having fun, blah, blah, except one lady who ordered pretzels, but she was trying to fuck with me. She walked and ordered pretzels. She's like, "I'm just kidding. I saw it online. It's so funny." So, but it's just, I don't know. It's just weird how.
Maybe the demand is there. Maybe you should get pretzels.
I know, right? But the social
pretzels.
It's so different. It's so weird how the social media world and the real world are just so different. But if you're on social media a lot, it starts to become the real world. But luckily, I'm forced to be out in the real world a lot. So, I'm able to make that distinction, but some people aren't. It was just weird this weekend. It was interesting to watch. Not fun to be part of, but it was just weird. Donnie, you didn't care. You were out at Cedar Point having a good time with the family out on the beach.
Oh my God, it's been a crazy weekend. So, we got the keys to our house yesterday. So we stayed at Breaker, Castaway Bay this weekend, then drove back yesterday, grabbed our keys, and then we wanted to stay at the new house, so we just went home and got just enough stuff to stay.
That's awesome.
This is what I love about
I didn't bring anything to shower with. I'm like, it's gonna take like no soap. I'm gonna take like a shower where I just stand there in the water, and then
but that shit you're gonna remember though. That's what you're gonna remember. You're like, remember when we went and got our stuff? We were so excited. It was our first night in the house. Like, memories like that. That's stuff that you're gonna. It's like so weird. Like we go through life every day and just do life, and then we look back and like stuff that doesn't do it. You just remember things. Like I remember distinctly our last trip together as a vacation. We went to Florida, and I remember so much about it. But then yesterday, I don't remember that much about, or a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, or a month ago. So it just shows we have to make as many memories as we can, because that's really the stuff that sticks out for us, and that's going to be one of the memories. You got to go to Cedar Point for the weekend, and then you got to spend
this is what I love about Donnie, though. He has just laid down, I don't know how much money for a down payment on this house. He's got the expenditures coming forward with the mortgage, and then now he's got the home maintenance he's got to save up for and have an account for. He's got all this stuff coming up, plus the cost of the move, everything. And his answer to all of this is, "Hey, honey, let's go to Cedar Point. Let's go. We just bought this house. We want to be in this house. This house is our forever home. Let's just abandon it for the first weekend. Go to Cedar Point."
Tiefel.
No, seriously, you're right though. I haven't catching a lot of heat for going to Cedar Point this weekend, but I will say we booked it before we bought the house, before we put the offer in. So it was like, man, should we cancel? Like, we got a Florida trip coming next month. I'm like, oh my gosh, how are we doing? How are we going to make this work? But oh well.
I'm thinking I need to start working at Taylor Kia, because I mean Donnie's been able to afford a bunch of stuff right now.
Well, you got to remember now, Ashley's selling homes on homes on homes, so you add that income into the family, and you're living off Donnie's income now.
For all we know, they got the kids in the basement beating stuff and selling that on eBay or something.
Beating stuff.
You say beating stuff or making?
Yeah, little bead. I don't know what kids can do.
Oh, beads. Oh, okay, yes. Good idea, Chris.
Arts and crafts. Sell them as homemade stuff on some hippie website.
Dad, I'm home from school. Well, get downstairs. Your sister already made 3 bracelets.
Yes.
You got to
to Alaska.
You got to get them out. All right. So I wanted to bring this up. I was scrolling the interwebs looking for stuff to talk about this morning, and I don't want this to be like typical outrage, poor white people, but I did think that this was an interesting title.
You get the short end of the stick sometimes.
Stop.
It's so awful being white.
I know exactly. So I didn't want this to be a Fox News moment type thing, but I did find it. I do want the real answer. Like, if we have a real answer, here's the headline of the article: "Why is it socially acceptable to ridicule white people based on their skin color?" It's the only one that is acceptable. So for instance, like I can say, "God, you dance so white," or you're, like there's things you can say white people and it's cool. It's like, no, everyone laughs. It's funny. Why is that okay? And I'm okay that it's okay. I'm not even complaining. But why is it okay? And you couldn't be like, "Oh man, you're acting so black today." You're like, what? What the fuck? Go. All right, Tiefel's got an answer. Let's hear it, Tiefel.
And I realize this gentleman himself is controversial a little bit, but he's right on this thing. In the immortal words of Louis C.K., we've gotten away with this shit for far too long. That's why. I'm there. Like, we have a reckoning coming, and it's just slowly building up, and that's why. I mean,
so it's a build-up. We've made fun of so many people that now it's white.
I don't know about making fun of. We've oppressed and conquered and done a bunch of stuff over the years that people are starting to get like, maybe white people aren't so great.
But I get what you're saying though. You're saying it's reckoning. It's payback. It's payback.
Yeah. Okay. We can't like take over the world and colonize stuff and then get a little mad when people are like, "Oh man, you dance white." We gotta at least let them have that one. Okay.
I get it. It makes total sense. I get it. Donnie, you're not sure if you want to say something.
I'll say, no comment. I'm not allowed to comment. But yeah, I do think it just comes from a point of, I think it has to do with like white privilege. It's like I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
it's one of those weird things. Like it comes up every once in a while. Like why is it okay, but it just is.
I really think Tiefel kind of nailed. You're right. It just is. I don't think there's an answer. It just is.
When they start like you know, when we start actually getting actual oppression, then I'll start being upset about the jokes.
Right.
Like if they're like, we're not going to hire him because he's white. White people don't work hard. Then maybe I'll start getting upset over the jokes. Like I'm not going to get upset over the jokes now because they're also eerily accurate. So I'm just not going to work.
Well, and the other one too that are acceptable, and it's maybe it falls under the white people umbrella, like redneck ones. Yeah, you're so white trash. You're so this or that. Like that. Those are also okay, and I guess maybe they fall under the white umbrella.
Well, I mean, you could blame Jeff Foxworthy for those.
And Natasha says, "Yes, I've been saying this forever." Shaking my head. All right, I want. Here's another one that I thought was interesting this morning that I came across. There's a lot of experts and people that are in the know and confidential sources. They're all saying that Vladimir Putin, the head of Russia, is given a maximum of 3 years to live by doctors and is losing his eyesight. Like he's got so many health problems that he's about to die. To me,
well, that explains it. He couldn't see that Ukraine was a bad idea.
To me, that's scary. I don't care about Putin. I don't care about Russia. Like it doesn't affect my everyday. But the reason this headline got me was it scares me because, dude, he's got nukes. So if he knows he's gonna die, like what is holding? Like not shooting off nukes means you're not going to get nukes back. Means you're going to live and hold in power.
Right.
When you know you're not going to be in power and you know you're gonna die soon, dude, what is your only holdback from not freaking nuking the world? Like if I'm going to die, then we all need to die. You know, like a madman like that could easily have that thought. Right. So it was kind of scary reading that headline this morning because I think
the mistake a lot of people make about Putin is assuming he's a madman.
I don't know. I mean, he's done some mad things.
I mean, he's done some things that, from our perspective, looks insane and ridiculous. But honestly, I from his perspective and things, it could look perfectly reasonable what he's trying to do.
Well, I hope you're right, and he isn't a madman, and he does because he's the type of guy. Well, I'm not gonna live. I'm taking everybody out.
Plus, it also takes. And Russia's come close to using nukes in the past.
Yeah,
and they have been thwarted in the past by the people that actually push the button, or by people that actually just refuse to follow the order. There's a whole long line, just like with us, of the order coming down from the president down, or then detecting something on their system, and then people having to make a decision. It doesn't come down to Putin. Putin can give an order. It doesn't mean anyone else has to follow the order.
Well, or die. I mean, I think you pretty much do have to follow it. I don't know.
I mean, so far in the incidences that I'm aware of with Russia and nuclear disaster being averted, nobody's been killed by the state.
Yeah. Well, the headline just worried me a little bit because, again, you have nothing to lose. The only thing you have over somebody is that they have shit to lose. Once they have nothing to lose, like what do they say that don't get in the mud, or I don't know what the saying is, and I'll screw it up, but basically you don't want to get in a fight with someone that has nothing to lose. You don't want to get in an argument with someone that has nothing to lose because there are no boundaries and they'll do whatever the fuck they want to do. And you can't win that. All right. So let's talk Top Gun, Top Gun Maverick.
Sorry,
which is
that was
weird transition.
But okay. And Back to the Future and anything else 1985.
Possible nuclear annihilation.
Yeah, I know. Well, I didn't want to talk politics or Russia, but it just that headline was like, oh, that's interesting. All right, so Top Gun Maverick, the now top pandemic era non-superhero movie, $100 million opening, gives Tom Cruise his first $100 million opening of his career. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but Top Gun, of course, was one of the greatest movies of our time. But the reason I bring it up is because I've never seen Top Gun.
Oh, really?
People are like, I believe I've never seen Top Gun.
So actually, it's on Netflix right now. surprisingly. Yeah, Ashley wanted to watch it over the weekend. We played it. She quickly fell asleep, but I watched.
Did you?
Wait, did she fall asleep pre or post Goose?
I'm sorry.
Pre-Goose.
Fall asleep pre Goose or post Goose?
Oh, way before Goose. Well, maybe about 20 minutes before Goose. But here's the thing about Top Gun is like when you're watching it as a kid or even a teenager, like Tom Cruise like is like cool and stuff, but like now that we're like grown adults and like you realize how young he is in that movie, he just looks like a teenager who's like trying to fly these jets around. So you're like, wait, who's this? Whose kid is flying this fighter plane trying to be cool? Like it doesn't hit as hard. But
really?
It's still a great movie though. It's still a fantastic movie. It aged pretty well.
I guess that's the question I do have is that was it as good now as it was when it first came? Like, is it one of those that holds time well?
If you've never seen it, it'll keep you engaged.
Okay.
For sure.
Speaking as someone who has watched it yearly since I was old enough to understand the movie, yes,
really?
It holds up.
Really? Why?
Wait! You watch it yearly? Do you have like a Top Gun day? Like, do you put a jumpsuit on? Like,
I also have a Die Hard day.
What? No, you
don't. Christmas Eve, but anyway,
that's
a whole other argument.
I also have the Die Hard book. It reads like a Christmas story, and it's just the whole story of Die Hard in little Christmas story book.
When is your Top Gun day though? Is it a specific day?
No. It's just whenever I feel like doing it. But at least once a year, I watch Top Gun.
Really?
Come on, you have to pick a day now, Chris.
I know.
There's no more willy-nilly.
The top song on my Get Pumped mix is the Top Gun anthem. That's the number one song. That's what eases you into the Get Pumped mix.
Let me ask you this. Danger Zone, is that the one?
No. The Top Gun anthem.
Oh, like the beginning of the movie where it's like it builds. Yeah, you actually, Andrew. So if you watch it, like the beginning of it has like this really, really slow build, and it's like the break of dawn, and they're like doing stuff with the planes. It's actually pretty sweet. So
really. Well, let me ask you this, Chris. Now I want to know, when do you use your pumped up mix? Like, when does Tiefel hit? What is the action that follows? What are you getting pumped up for? What are the things you're getting pumped up for? I got to know.
For any number of things, you get pumped up for work, pumped up for a date, pumped up. Just pumped up. You just say when you want to be at the higher level than you currently are, you pop that pump up mix in.
Dude, I feel like after this weekend and yesterday, I feel like just for today, I need Chris Tiefel's pumped up mix.
I know, me too.
Can you send it over?
I think Tiefel's even actually laughing, like we're really laughing, which is crazy. No, so when you go to work, you're like, man, today's not the day. I need to stop.
Yeah, I start that off. I'm driving in. I'm on 475.
Yeah.
I start that off. Got the Top Gun anthem. The thing hits. It's crescendo, and I'm just like, yeah, and I'm punching the ceiling. Get ready for the day.
What else is on it?
I'm gonna grab life by the hojos.
What else is on your pumped up mix?
I'm afraid to say now.
No, you got to say.
You got like Shout is on there because that's it's on there.
You make me want to shout.
On there, I've got a few others. I'll send you. I'll send you the songs. I don't need the judgment of the tens of people that listen to us.
The tens of people. Now, why are you lashing out at the audience? Why are you doing that, Tiefel? It's very, very Tiefel-like of you.
I'm trying to take the heat off of you for lashing out at your customer.
Shut up. So, all right. Well, okay. So, you guys, how have you, like Tiefel, especially you? How come you haven't seen Top Gun Maverick yet? Then, if Top Gun is so near and dear to your heart, I can't believe that you haven't been to the theater to see Maverick.
The only reason I haven't been to the theater to see Maverick is I had other things to do this weekend. One of them being seeing the Downton Abbey movie.
That's more important. You watch a movie the same movie every single year, and you go to the theater the weekend Top Gun comes out, the number one movie in the country, and that's the day you choose to go to Downton Abbey?
Well,
wait, hold on. Wait, So he watches Top Gun once a year. He hasn't told us how often he watches Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that might be a once a week thing.
Okay. I'm just gonna rip this Band-Aid off.
Wait, real quick, please give me 1 second, Tifa. Just answer this one question. You can go. You can talk for the rest of the time. I don't care. I just want one question. Is your movie choice this weekend? Would it be different if you were single as opposed to if you are in a relationship, which you are? Yes.
No. All right. So I'm just gonna rip this Band-Aid off. I love Downton Abbey. I love the Crawleys. I love the entire thing. British period dramas, send them my way. All right. I love them. The British people have done a lot of dumb stuff, but one of the things they haven't done dumb is period dramas, and I love them. I've seen every episode of Downton Abbey. I saw the first movie. I saw this movie. I wanted to see it. Now you ask about the relationship. My significant other does not like movies at all.
What?
Does not like movies. They're not like you and just lazy and just doesn't watch them. They just don't like movies. There.
That is so weird to me because she's into like theater and singing and stuff like that. Where's the disconnect? Like, how does she not like movies?
I have not figured this out. What I'm just saying is they do not like movies, but they do like Downton Abbey. Like, it's one of the few TV movie things that they do like. And so it made the decision a little bit easier to do that.
I have a question that might clear it up for where Chris weighs Downton Abbey against Top Gun. Do you have any music from Downton Abbey on your pumped up mix?
Downton Abbey doesn't really have any pump up worthy songs, unfortunately, because I think they could easily come up with something.
Sure, they could.
But like I said, I enjoy seeing it, and I wanted to go and see it and see what the Crawleys were up to. And it turns out quite a lot, and so it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Well, good, but it does show that you, if you weren't in a relationship, even though you love Downton Abbey, you would have seen, and you had two choices of which one to see first. You would have saw Top Gun Maverick I
would have just seen them both the same day.
No. See,
at the same time,
it's just right up next to each other. See if they sync up.
Oh my god!
But no, I would have just done a double feature.
That's hysterical right now. Josh says he probably plays the Get Pumped mix right before playing Downton Abbey.
Yeah. You gotta get up there, at the high level to just be able to enjoy the Downton Abbey.
Yes.
And by the way, Natasha says, "Don't insult her. Her opinion matters, Tiefel. But you insult her."
I didn't insult Natasha. I insulted the group, not the individuals.
Tens of people listening.
Oh my god, this is too funny. All right, let's. You guys got anything before we get into the Tiefel's WTF news? Oh, too funny. All right, go ahead, Tiefel. Go WTF news.
Are you pumped? Are you ready? Lakeland, Florida, because we're starting off strong.
Always.
Yes.
So a Lakeland man was arrested, Jonathan Fowler, 29, for interfering with police business in a non-violent manner, which I have to assume is rare down in Florida. Police got a tip that his girlfriend, all I have is her last name, Gonzalez, was at his house. And so she had an outstanding warrant. So they showed up to his house and, knocked on the door and was like, hey, we kind of want to arrest your girlfriend. He stepped out of the house, shut and locked the door, and started arguing with police that nobody else was in the house. It was just him. And police were like, okay, that's interesting. All right. So why are the lights shutting off? They just started seeing lights turn off all around the house, and then heard people walking through the house, heard someone walking through the house and all that stuff. Like, all she had to do was like lay down on the floor and pretend she wasn't home, like you do when the Mormons come calling. But She couldn't even do that. She was apparently walking very loudly through the house and just turning lights off while her boyfriend was trying to go. She's not here. Maybe it's ghosts. I'm haunted. You know, and eventually they brought out the canine unit, and that's when he finally were like, I ain't messing with those dogs. It finally relented and admitted that she was in the house, and they were able to enter the home and get her. But no word yet on exactly what the warrant was that garnered all this attention. Because honestly, I have people in my own apartment building that have warrants out for them that the cops don't come for. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. How do you know this?
I know things just because I live
No
there.
comment.
No comment.
No comment.
No, I have actually seen my neighbors, a couple of my neighbors on the Buckeye Behind Bars thing, where they're like, we're offering a reward for their capture, and it's like, you obviously haven't done any work into getting this person. They live right there. I see them every day sitting out on the stoop having a 40. Have you not even just driven by the building?
Maybe they don't know their address.
You know?
Tifa, let me ask you a question. What if there was a $5,000 reward? Would you call the anonymous tip line?
I ain't no snitch.
The code on the street. You live by the code of the street?
Yeah, stitches get stitches.
All right.
And I can't afford medical care, so I ain't going for it.
All right, number 2.
Next story here. You guys all remember Cynthia Alberton, right? She died recently. She is better known as Cynthia Plastercaster. She was
Still not.
You guys don't know Cynthia Plastercaster. She was immortalized in a song by a Kiss song in the 1977 album Love Gun on there, and also a documentary of the same name. She is famously known as the woman that did plaster cast of rock and roll stars' dicks, as well as a few busts of female rockers.
Like, give us an example. Like, who's did she?
That's exactly what this story is about. So, in the Icelandic Phallological Museum, their dick museum, they have a dick museum in Iceland. So go enjoy, have fun.
Uh-huh.
It will now, upon her death, her plaster mold of Jimi Hendrix's junk was given to them and will be put on display within the next month.
That's
Is
a very
it
cool museum? Sorry.
Yeah, is it just the shaft, or is it like the
whole thing? She
You
got the
gotta
whole
get
thing
both.
in there.
I feel like you gotta get both to get some perspective on everything.
I guess you're right.
I mean,
What?
it's like if it was just the tip, it'd be like a little, like just a mushroom sitting there.
Yeah.
Like,
You're right.
Hendrix was her first celebrity client on this. She also claims he was the biggest, not in that way, just the biggest overall star.
Oh, okay.
who else we talking here?
She did make a point to say that they were definitely bigger.
Come on, let's sell some tickets to the museum.
Yeah, who else is at the Dick Museum? Do we know?
I've not looked into the Dick Museum.
hold
I
on.
feel like I don't want that in my internet history.
Where's it at?
How do we apply to get into the Dick Museum? That's what I want to know.
It's where in Iceland?
Yeah, it's the Icelandic Phallological Museum in Reykjavik.
I don't know how to spell. How do you spell phallological?
I'm just Googling Dick Museum. Well, let me open a private browser real quick.
Yeah, he's like, I just moved into this house. I don't need the first thing Buckeye sees. Is Dick Museum.
All right, I'm on the website. It's phallus.is. And I'm trying to look at like
phallus.is.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't. How do I? Can I? Should I share my screen?
I don't know. Is it appropriate to share your screen?
Yeah, it's fine. Hold on, watch it. Where's the?
Yeah, I don't know if I would.
Why?
Good radio.
Wait, unless if this is a picture I'm going to see. Oh wait.
Uh,
Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Look at the one with it comes with a shot glass. It's a penis that comes with shot glasses.
Why does that look like a road sign?
Curve.
Left.
What's
turn
that?
ahead.
Look at the
dick handle.
Look at this guy, the curator. He doesn't look happy.
Well, I mean, if your job was dicks,
it looks so angry. Like if I go to the Dick Museum and I see this dude,
I went to school and got my PhD in biology for this shit.
Penis having degree.
Oh my god! Well, I'm trying to find out who's in there though. Like,
Anytime this guy is interviewed, you know that anytime he's interviewed, right there, that little overlay they do with like the name and then his occupation, it's going to say dick expert.
Dick expert. Yeah, he doesn't look like a dick expert. It's so true. Let's go.
Members.
Here's the gallery.
Oh dear God!
I don't think there's anybody. Jesus. Do
you want a dick lamp? You can get a dick lamp.
A dick lamp?
Scroll down.
Yes.
Last picture in the group of 3.
Yes, right. Oh, last here?
Down. Next. Right there.
Oh,
yes. Dick lamp.
Dick lamp.
Oh. That's quaint.
Wait, isn't that a conversation piece? That's what they call it? Don't they call those?
I need that for the new house.
Oh, yeah. Housewarming. We're all chipping in, Donnie. Guess what Donnie's getting for this?
You look at Josh Mosher's comment. Hey, Mom, can you take me to Wanger World today? Peter Point.
Peter Point.
Oh my God, I can't right now. Peter Point. Tasha says it's wood. Lamp is wood. That thing. Hold on. No.
Oh,
who is that? Who is that?
That looks like a door handle.
It looks like a knocker. Like the. You know what that looks like? That looks like that weird sterile doorknob you get on bathrooms in modern bathrooms, in like public restrooms, where it's just that steel curve thing down.
As we were making our way through the Dick Museum, those are like real ones that are. See, these aren't plastic. These are
animals. Those are animal dicks.
Like in formaldehyde.
Yeah,
they're animals. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely has to be.
Okay.
You just wish your dick was good enough to save in formaldehyde.
And here's an art piece. This is an art piece.
Flintstones.
Yabba dabba ow.
Yabba dabba dong.
And then there's this guy watching them all. You're not getting in without paying. You're not getting past that guy.
You pay a little extra, he'll show you his. You want to see the real masterpiece of this museum?
She's staring at it. She's staring at it. If you're listening to the podcast, I'm sorry, y'all, but she's look, she's touching it. Oh,
is there one where she's touching it?
No.
Oh,
that was the next step, Donnie. I'm sure.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Oh, there it is.
Well, what I want to know is how Donnie was able to identify what species of dick that was in the previous photo.
I don't know. She's taking a picture of it.
That's wholesome Instagram material right there.
I don't know why the pictures alone aren't that funny, but when you got someone just standing there looking at it,
they're funnier.
An element to it.
Yeah, I can't imagine like the Dick Museum being like, hey, let's make a day of it. We'll go, we'll have lunch, we'll walk in the park, we'll take a look at some dicks.
This one here was tough to do because all these right here, they were all done at the same time. So the guys were just laying there and they poured plaster over the top of it.
That's the collectible chess set.
Yeah, that is a chess set. You got your rooks, you got your knights, you got your little pawns right up here in the.
Oh, there's that guy again. I guess I was looking for names of people though. Like they don't have any.
There's a list, but there are a lot of foreign people. If you go to honorary members.
They need more famous people.
They're getting Hendrix in the next month.
Yeah, well, they need to have like Michael Jackson's in there, and they need to have Prince's in there, and they
Don't
need
be
to have
your heroes, man.
Not Joseph Lawrence and
like that should be a thing. Like how you go to put your hands into the concrete in Hollywood. They also need to have where you just caster your wank.
Like I said, they say you shouldn't meet your heroes. I also think we should expand that to you shouldn't see your heroes' junk.
Yeah, why? I want to know. I want to know if they're as big, as you like is in your head is that it's big and true. All right, Natasha says Tiefel is killing me today. He's on fire. Must be that pumped up mix he started for the show.
Okay. All right. Next story here. You guys remember the Kardashians?
Baylor was going to join us. She said, "I'm not mad. I didn't miss this episode."
I guess you didn't make it to this episode. Come on, Phelan. You know you wanted to talk about dicks. So, you guys remember the Kardashians, right? They're mildly famous.
Mildly.
On there. Well, Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian, who have recently legally tied the knot, have opened up about their infertility struggles. On there, they're having a little trouble on there, and turns out Travis Barker got himself a real bro of a doctor. Wow. Apparently, Kourtney Kardashian recently came out and confirmed that they had a doctor who apparently is no longer a doctor of theirs. He suggested that she needed to ingest his semen at least 4 times a week to help with her infertility issues. That would somehow fix her thyroid issues that were contributing to the fact that she couldn't conceive. So,
they're not. It's not her doctor anymore. It's still his doctor. He's still trying to get her to come back too. Travis like, "Come on, baby." He knows what he's talking about.
Hey, we got your prescription here. I'm just gonna let you read it, hon.
Notice how it's barely legible. That's how you know it's legit. I want to know if this doctor gave this with a straight face.
Right.
Like he was able to be like, you got to do it. Like you got to drink it like 4 times a week. Drink what? His semen. You need. Well, how am I supposed to? I mean, you discuss that amongst yourselves on how you get it. Like just get it inside of you. Right. So yeah. But apparently other doctors coming out and confirming that there is absolutely no scientific or medical evidence that this is a thing on there. So if your wife or girlfriend is a fan of the Kardashians, maybe put a block on there so they don't see this story.
Baby, it's medicinal. Come on. You want to have this kid or not?
I can't even say it. It's so creepy. Any other jokes we make about this is just crossing the line.
Exactly. Every single one of them. It's not. There's no acceptable limit on this.
No.
All right. So now the last story, the coup de grace, the cap on everything, is about a 66-year-old man across the pond in the Emerald Isle, Limerick Island to be exact. Recently celebrated his wedding anniversary to his wife, and the next day they got a little frisky, good for him. And after they had finished, he suddenly got amnesia. Couldn't remember that morning, couldn't remember the day before, couldn't form new memories. He had short-term memory loss for the previous 24 hours. And also just couldn't make new memories. Ended up going to the emergency room where he was diagnosed with it's called TGA on there. And it's basically a transient global amnesia. It's usually found in older men from about 60 to 80 years old. And it can result in just temporary amnesia. On there that can last up to 24 hours. Usually it only lasts about 4 to 6 hours, but it can last up to 24 hours. And basically, if you're worried that you might be suffering from this, you're going to be, asking a lot of questions. that sort of thing. You know how Corey's kid was able to identify he was having a stroke and help save his life. So, help identify if somebody is suffering from TGA, because it can happen in men of those ages after some physical exertion, immersion in cold or hot water, stress, pain, and yes, even sex. That's right. You were so good, you made him forget about
everything. Scared me for a minute because I was experiencing all of those until the last one. So he eventually got his memory back. But if you have an older gentleman and they're asking a lot of questions, trying to confirm stuff that you had just told them, but they're asking you again, things like that, it might be TGA. Might want to get him to the hospital, get him checked out, make sure it's not something more serious. But now his wife, for the rest of her days, can wear the badge of honor that I fucked him dumb. Rock the world.
Rock this world. Or you can always use this too. Like let's say you got caught cheating on your wife. It's like, I didn't even know I was married. I don't know. I had this freaking amnesia for like 8 hours. I'm so sorry, baby. I don't know. I would have never done that if normally. I don't know what the hell happened to me. I feel so bad.
Yeah, it's an interesting condition to have. So he basically went to the emergency room and said the sex was that good.
Yeah, right.
Like he just had to tell somebody. That's the only reason you go.
Hi, babe. She just popped her head in the studio, which is weird.
I don't think that excuse will ever work with Colleen.
No,
I don't think that will ever work.
No, I agree. All right, there we go. That is WTF News, y'all. That is the show. Dude, I had fun today. This is really good. Donnie P, how can we see you? How can we find you?
Yeah, 6300 West Central. I'll be there today in an hour.
Or pretty much any weekend at Cedar Point.
Yeah,
right.
I know. All right, Donnie P, Taylor Kia, Chris People.
Dude's got bills.
I'm Andrew Z. You guys have a great day. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. Make sure you follow us and share us and do whatever we need to do to make it bigger. Bye, everybody.
Come on!